Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Master League where there's no CP limit, and we're going to be trying to feature a new team with the Metagross and the Lugia and Dragonite. We had a positive matchup, but we got switched out into the Yveltal, so we go into our Dragonite here. This Dragonite will be able to tank whatever move this is thrown, even the Oblivion Wind. This is going to be a Dragon Claw right here that, I don't know, did about 20%. And then we're going to have to shield this next one as we try our best to farm it down. Let's see if we're going to be able to. Perfect. One shield farm down. We're expecting the Zacian to come back. Makes sense. And we're just going to throw superpowers here to debuff ourselves so that they get the least amount of farm. But even with this, they're still going to be able to get a ton of farm on us, which is not good. We are able to get to 3 superpowers, so whatever damage that we do here is bonus. Considering the Zacian was resisting the Dragon Breath, we actually did a good amount of damage to that. We let the first close combat go through because we know that we can survive it. We're going to have to tank another one. Then it looks like they immediately switched out. We try to get to the meter mash. Unfortunately for us, we did not have enough health to get to that meter mash. So that was an unfortunate farm down that happened to us right there. We needed that little extra meter mash damage, but I guess we should have switched out in hindsight. Here we're just going to throw Sky Attack here to try to whittle this thing down. And we're going to, we do get a Dragon Call to go through. We have to shield this, and we're going to have to try to get to 2 Sky Attacks, basically. Here, we're going to go for the Sky Attack. Even though we have the Aero Blast energy, they decide to shield, which makes sense. And unfortunately for us, even though we got to the additional Sky Attack, we were unable to take them out there. If we got that meter mash out, we would have been able to possibly win that game. But nonetheless, we'll go on to the next one here. This team here is, I don't know, kind of spicy, because considering you don't see a lot of Metagross around, but the Metagross and Dragonite core is pretty strong. Here, they decide to come in with the Kyogre when we switch into our Lugia. We're just going to go for the Aero Blast here. We're either going to get some huge damage, or we're going to get a shield. It looks like that's what's happened. We do get a shield from our opponent. Our opponent throws a move here. We let it go. It ends up being the Surf. They potentially could have had the Thunder or Blizzard, but we barely survived that, and we were able to get to another Sky Attack. So 2 serves from the Kyogre doesn't quite KO, and now that they're energy dry, we have an opportunity to win this game now. We are able to farm down that Kyogre, which is nice, but unfortunately, they actually had the Fairy type in the back for that Dragonite, so looks like we have to shield this here. This Shadow Dragonite ends up throwing the superpower. We're expecting them to throw another superpower, so we're probably going to shield this. So at this point, we just try to farm down because they're already double debuffed. Okay, perfect. And now that the Metagross has a ton of energy, we can throw these super effective meter mashes back at this Xerneas. So GG's to our opponent right there. That was an actual wild game right there. Unfortunately for them, our Metagross with some energy was able to close out the game. Versus the other, we got farmed down by with our Metagross, and we actually lost. So game of fast moves basically. Next match here, we have a very positive matchup. Expecting them to switch out. They go into their Dialga. So this Dialga matchup, we are looking to do a meter mash. Okay, so they actually end up throwing a Thunder, which is actual huge damage because we actually needed this health for the Togekiss. So unfortunately for us, we have to leave this matchup with the meter mash, and then we're going to come in with our Dragonite because we don't want this Dragonite to be facing the Togekiss. We're just going to go for a superpower here because we want to take out this Dialga, and we want to be debuffed for when that Togekiss comes back in, probably. So here, looks like they're just going to farm us down. We are able to get a little bit of a chip damage with this Dragon Claw, but it's going to do so little, it doesn't really matter. And here, we try to do a little quick switch right there to try to get this meter mash off on that Togekiss, but unfortunately for us, it was not happening. They did a great job on switching out. So this is looking tough for us right now because this Giratina is able to throw high pressure moves. This is probably going to be another Shadow Ball, and we're so low with our Lugia now. I don't think we're going to have enough firepower to throw back at this Togekiss here. So this team ended up being the Fairy Double Dragon team, and just came down to them catching that Meteor Mash right there. If I had gone in with the Lugia instead of trying to fire off that move, maybe we would have had a chance because we both would have one shield versus the one shield versus the Giratina. But even then, I think it would have been pretty tough. So let's move on to the next game here. We have a very unfortunate lead. This Excadrill is a core breaker for our entire team, so we're just going to try to catch some inefficient moves. So that's step number one right there. We are able to catch the Draw Run and force out the Lugia to come out. Here we're going to throw an optimal timing. This Dragon Claw here is going to chip away at this Lugia. Definitely not going to take it out. And then this Lugia is going to get to a move pretty soon. We're going to throw another Dragon Claw here just to do some more chip damage. So we got to think about where we want to shield this from now. We decided to let it go. It ends up being the Aero Blast. And now we just have a no-brainer to come in with our Metagross here to farm some extra energy before we throw our own Meteor Mash. So since we're pretty much at 100 energy, we're going to throw this move. This does take out the Lugia. We're expecting the Excadrill to come back. And indeed it does. We're going to throw a move to try to get some shields. We got to try to wiggle our way out of this situation. So we do get a shield here. We're going to try to catch the next move. Okay, unfortunately we did not. And this is going to be a shield situation. So they actually end up switching out. They have the Origin Giratina, so we know that this is problematic for us here. Here we're trying our best to get to another Meteor Mash, and this time we are able to get to this Meteor Mash to get this last shield. But now we have to deal with this Giratina with a ton of energy. Will this be a shield opportunity? Yes, it does. They end up going for the Shadow Ball, and we just have one choice at this point. We just have to farm down, and we gotta hope that we are not in range of a Rock Slide. So we have to race to this move here. They actually get it to a Rock Slide here. Will this KO? Barely did not KO, which allows us to get to one more Dragon Tail, and it allows us to survive to get to Air Blast for the GGs right there. So nice game by my opponent. That was a crazy end game to finish out that game. We had, I don't know, at least one health, but we had a sliver of health left. We were able to survive the very inefficient Mud Shot, and we were able to get to one additional Dragon Tail to get to that Aero Blast. Close game here. So here we have the Metagross versus the Mewtwo. We're going to try to call a bait here, which is indeed what happens. And we go and get to this Meteor Mash. This Mewtwo here had an opportunity to go for the Shadow Ball, so that's why it was a basically 50-50 call. They go for another Side Strike here. And looks like this Mewtwo is trying to pressure some shields out of us. Oh, it looks like our opponent lagged out after baiting twice. Or I don't know exactly what happened, but we were actually thinking about switching out to Lugia to save this Metagross. So, oh, they actually had the Xerneas in the back here. So I don't know if our opponent's going to come back here. Oh, looks like they lagged out, but our plan was to try to switch out eventually to save this, because it really felt like they were trying to get this Metagross out of the way, and so our Lugia would have came back in. Oh, it looks like they did completely lag out. So GG's to our opponent right there. Let us know about this team. It's kind of interesting, and let us know if you enjoyed the video, and also comment down below if you have a team suggestion for Open Master League.